So this question is very useful for you, not just for probability course in this for GATE. Even after GATE is over, let's say you have joined masters. Oh, I think I didn't tell you how it happens in masters, right? See, we don't have anything like a classroom. In general, in BTech, what happens is you'll have a classroom, and you'll generally go to that room every day, and faculty will come one after the other, and they'll take the classes. That is how generally BTech classes happen. But if you go to MTech in most of the universities like IITs or IISc or IIITs, what happens is there will not be anything called a classroom. So people, they'll all join in one department, let's say computer science department, but they need not take all these same courses. What happens is in most of the universities I'm talking about, in NITs I think it is same still as BTech, or some of the NITs are different, but in IITs and IISc it is like this. So at least in IISc it is like this. Every semester they will just announce what are the courses that they will be offering in that particular semester and the timings. For example, they'll say that TOC will be offered by Deepak D'Souza from 10 to 11:30. So generally there will be 1.5 hour sessions. Okay, each session will be 1.5 hour, 10 to 11:30. In lecture hall number, let's say 2, there will be lecture halls, right? And now if you are interested like this, you will have course number 1, course number 2, course number 3, course number 4, course number 5, so on. Nearly there will be 20 courses or so, or even more. That varies from semester to semester. Now there is no need that you have to choose all of you have to choose the same subjects. Depending on your interest and the area that you want to get into for research, depending on that you can choose some of the subjects, right? So in like this, people, what they do is they will, let us say they will register for, generally we register for 4 courses in a semester. In the first semester we do 4 courses, in the second semester we do 4 courses, and in the third semester we do 2 courses. Totally we are supposed to do 10 courses in order to finish your masters, that MTech or ME. For MSc the requirement is different. They will be doing a lot of research work, and so coursework will be less. But for MTech and ME the coursework will be more, which means 10. So we generally break down like this: 4, 4 and 2. Some people even break it down like this, maybe 3, 3 and 4, or something like this. But whatever it is, in 4 semesters you are supposed to finish 10 courses. Now one of the deciding main factor that people will use in picking up a course is what grade will that faculty give. So what they'll do is they'll take the average, they'll go and talk to their seniors, and then they'll ask how many people have taken this course, out of which how many people have got A grade, how many people have got B grade. So depending on the probability, they will register for the course. If a course is having higher probability that you might get a grade, then people will register for that more. For example, generally TOC faculty will be giving good grades. That is why most of the people they will be registering for TOC. And then generally CO will be taught by a faculty, and it will be really difficult, and so no one will register. Even sometimes I have even seen that one student will register for the course, and there will be one student in the class and one faculty. It will just be a discussion. They will just sit and discuss. There will be no teaching. They will just sit and discuss. Sometimes 2 students will be there. And for a course like algorithms, which is very easy and which is very scoring, because algorithms you have in BTech and you have in GATE, and again you will be it will be very easy comparatively. So since everyone knows that subject, everyone will try to register it. One thing is, it is important as well as it is easy. So everyone will register it. So if you want to see entire people, all the people of the department, you will register that course. For some courses, it will be classroom will be very full. That all depends on how easily how entertaining the faculty is, and how much easily he is going to give the good grades. And some faculty, if they are giving bad grades, then no one will take the course. but it should not be that way. I mean, you should not really be worrying about the grades once you get into IITs or IISc. Whatever your grade is, everyone is going to get a job, and almost more or less the package, the salary that you draw is going to be same. And in fact, if you have a degree from IISc or IIT, and once you have one job at your hand, then getting another job is not a difficult thing. Whatever interview you get into, you go for, you'll definitely get a job. Almost all the companies will take you. Therefore, you are not supposed to worry about grades. Yes, even if I say it now, still after going into those colleges, you'll still be worrying about grades, and you'll still be worrying about jobs. And everything will be based on the probability. What is the probability? What is the probability that I might get a grade if I take this course? Then what is the probability that I might take a grade if I take this course? Depending on those probabilities, you will evaluate which courses to take, right? But then what happens is, sometimes some courses are very important for computer science, let's say like algorithms, that they will make some of the courses to be compulsory. One or two courses you might have to take them. So one such course will be algorithms or something like that. That varies again from year to year. Okay, so anyway, this question is much related to this. So since we are talking about this question, I just wanted to tell you all these things. Okay, now let's come back to the question. See this: Ravi can either take biology or calculus. So why biology and calculus? Why not computer science subjects? Because I wanted something to start with B and something to start with C, so that when I write the formulas, it will be easy for us to understand. That is the only reason. Ravi can either take biology or calculus. If he takes biology, then he will get an A grade with probability 1/2. If he takes calculus, then he gets an A grade with probability 1/3. Now which one will you take? Of course you are going to take biology, right? Even though biology is not going to be useful for us, since we are going to get A grade with high probability, you might take it. But then still there is more here. He decides to base his decision based on the flip of a fair coin. Now he is going to take a coin and flip it, and depending on what is the output of this coin, he is going to decide whether to take biology or calculus. That is how he is going to use the coin, and the coin is fair, which means the probability of getting a head and tail is same, which is 1/2. Therefore probability of taking biology and calculus is 1/2. Now what is the probability that he will get an A in calculus? What is the probability that he will get an A in biology? Now if you read the question, it might look so trivial, very trivial. That is how the probability questions look like. They will be really difficult to understand the actual thing they are trying to ask. The language is so simple that it looks so trivial, but it is not so trivial. See this. Now they are saying that probability, if he takes biology, then the probability that he will get a grade is 1/2. If he takes calculus, then the probability that he will get is 1/3. That is directly given. And now they are asking, what is the probability that he will get A in calculus, he will get A in biology? So you might think that 1/2 and 1/3 are the answers. No, you have to think about it deeply. Now let us say P of A or P of B represents the probability with which he can choose biology. Now what is that? So when will he choose biology? He will flip the coin, and maybe he will assign either heads or tails to biology, and if anything that corresponding turns up, then he is going to take biology. Therefore probability of taking up biology is 1/2, because probability of getting a head or tail is 1/2. Similarly, probability of taking calculus is again 1/2, right? And now, even though it is clear that if he takes biology, he will get a probability of 1/2, but he is not going to get a grade unless he takes biology. Try to understand it. They are dependent events. He will get an A in biology only if he takes biology. Without taking biology, he will not get it. Therefore the given probability should be understood like this: probability of getting an A given that he takes biology is 1/2. That is the meaning of this statement, right? So it might not be easy to understand that right away in your first question, but with practice you will get it. Okay, and then probability of getting a given that he has taken calculus is equal to 1 by 3. This is how you should understand it. And now what is the question A? Question A is, what is the probability that he will get an A in calculus? So what does it mean? Question A is actually asking for two events should happen. One is probability that he takes calculus and he gets an A. This is what they are asking, right? He will get an A in calculus means it is actually probability of happening two events. So one is he has to choose calculus and then he has to get A. Now how can you write it? It is nothing but that multiplication theorem. Probability of taking calculus into probability of getting an A given that he has taken calculus. Now what is probability of taking calculus? 1 by 2. And what is the probability of getting A given that he has taken calculus? 1 by 2. Therefore it is going to be 1 by 4. This is the answer for the first one, right? And what about the second question, B? What is the probability that he will get an A in biology? So how to understand it? It is actually happening of two events. One is probability of taking taking biology and getting A grade, which is nothing but probability of taking biology into probability of getting an A given that he has taken biology. Now what is it? Probability of taking biology is 1 by 2, and what is the probability of getting an A given that he has taken biology? 1 by 3, which is nothing but 1 by 6, right? Okay, now there is, okay, we can extend this question later. I'll again examine this question and then I'll again extend it. So keep this question, write down this question. Later I'll again refer to the same question. For now, for this question, this is the answer. Later I'll just extend it. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.